Sam Moulton here, executive editor at Outside Magazine here at the Outsiders Ball in Salt Lake City, Utah. I've got Gregg Treinish here with me. He's the founder of Adventurers and Scientists for Conservation. And thanks for coming, Gregg.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So I'm going to ask you a couple questions. We'll start off with, what's your most memorable outdoor experience?
Yeah, I mean, overall as an expedition, I'd say walking the length of South America. I walked from the equator to the southern tip of South America over the course of 2 years, from 06 to 08. And so that was, you know, everything that I'm doing today stemmed out of that expedition, and it was really pretty transformative, as I'm sure you would guess.
Yeah, 2 years, exactly. But what led you to that point? Like as a kid, was there any experience back there that made it click? Made you think,
yeah,
I'm going to do something like this?
You know, since I was 7 years old, like I've always wanted to be a marine biologist. I've always been fascinated by the natural world. I grew up watching some of the amazing explorers on TV and having these really vivid thoughts and dreams of being in submarines and giant octopus, and I used to have whales all over my bedroom. So I really loved the natural world and was always very drawn to it growing up. I grew up in the suburbs of Ohio. We didn't have woods. It's not like I do in my backyard in Bozeman today.
Right.
So I grew up like I would basically go on these adventures in the woods behind my house, and I go home now to Cleveland and I look behind my house and I can see the next house behind me pretty close to us, for sure.
So those explorers that you saw on TV as a kid, like any of those stand out? Was there anyone that inspired you or that you really looked up to, or a leader or a parent or a family member?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, every kid loves Michael Jordan when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
So I definitely loved Michael Jordan, and though that didn't really have anything to do with this career, I think just his determination and the fact that he was kicked off of his, basketball team when he was in high school and all that, like, for some reason, that really stuck with me. I'm not a good athlete by any means. I really feel like I've had to use drive and perseverance to do anything, and I feel like, though he's clearly one of the most gifted athletes ever, that drive and perseverance really spoke to me. But I realize that's kind of lame too.
Well, no, I don't know. Maybe we need more basketball players to inspire people. Maybe,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I realize that's kind of lame. So Jane Goodall, though, was a huge hero of mine. Like, to see her talking with the champs and playing with champs was always amazing. Sylvia Earle, Jacques Cousteau, absolutely. Was somebody that I just was fascinated by. And this idea that you could make a life out of these things that was a love and a passion, that always really spoke to me too. And that those pieces of what they did was really outstanding and something that always stuck with me.
Right, so now in your current organization, obviously you work with young adventurers and scientists, so what can we do as an industry to get more people involved in programs like yours?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think anybody who goes outside has an opportunity to make a difference while they play. And so anywhere on Earth, whether you're climbing Mount Everest, whether you're going out on a day hike in your backyard, we've got projects at Adventurers and Scientists for Conservation that you can get involved with. They're very easy to do. You don't need a scientific background. And as an industry, I think it's our responsibility as the ones who love the outdoors. We're the people who go out there, we're the people who play, we're the people who genuinely love these places. And if we're not mobilized as a group to make a difference and stand up together, nobody else will. It's our responsibility to make that difference, and ASC is one way that can happen. So I really hope that people will embrace that, come to our website, and get involved in some way. It's not enough anymore with the way things are today to simply go out and play. You gotta be thinking beyond yourself and make sure that this is here for the future.
Definitely. Cool. Thanks so much for coming by.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Tim.